My name is Chris Kuo. For the last 6 years, I've been touring the country with my mom to support nonprofit organizations and individuals who are creating change. Along our journey, we found ourselves in Adams, Massachusetts. I'd like to introduce you to this town because big things are happening here. In the past, you may have driven through on your way to or from the Berkshires. Today, it is becoming a destination. Adams is undergoing an economic and cultural revitalization. New businesses are springing up on Park Street, and the artistic community is booming. Quite literally, at the center of all of it is the Adams Theater renovation project. I'd like to introduce you to a dear friend and lifelong mentor of mine who is behind all of this, Yina Moore.
Can I be really honest about this? So once my daughter Madison also, she has a lot of funny questions for me. She said, "Mom, did you really go to Harvard?" I said, "Yes." She was like, "Yeah, but you're not that smart." Because, I said, "Well, so who do you think that's smart in the family?" She's like, "Daddy is smart." And I said, "Well, but maybe there's something else than smart that a school like Harvard was looking for when I applied." She was like, "What is that?" I said, "Oh, that's grit." She said, "What is grit?" I always wasn't the smartest kid. And it's very easy to feel insecure when you're surrounded by smart people. And then grit is almost my weapon, my strategy to deal with the intensity. And I think a person always perform the best when you are who you are. I'm Yina Moore. I'm the owner of Adams Theater, and I purchased this building roughly 1 year ago. So this building that you're standing right now, it was built in 1937 and opened in 1938 as a movie theater. It was open to a full house. It was the center of the town. It was the center of downtown activity. And even prior to that, it was called the Atlas Theater. It was a vaudeville theater. The vaudeville theater was burned down, replaced by the movie theater. And unfortunately, due to economic decline in 1967, the auditorium that you're looking at right now is shut down. And the storefront spaces was occupied by subsequent business owners. So even though you look at this very raw space, last year we had about 6 events, 3 performance-related events, 3 community engagement events here. And the configuration for all these events are different. And adding up all the people who come here, we probably attracted more than 1,000 people coming to see the space and imagine with us. So I think this is step number 1, is the conceptualization space. So there are musicians coming here to envision what kind of their work, if their work could be tested here. There are dancers who come here and get totally inspired by the space and wanting to collaborate. And then when I decided to purchase it, I approached them. They were so happy. They said, "We actually maybe have been waiting for the right people like you to take it from us." Because what we wanted for this space is essentially not that different. We want to activate it, make it the center of the town activity again, bring people together again, and supporting the arts again. Since we announced the development plan for Adams Theater, there are 3 businesses that opened up on Park Street. And most of these new business owners, they first reached out to the theater owner. They want to talk to the theater owner. We want to find out her vision. So having a very public-facing property and development put me in a position to be speaking with other collaborators, other people who want to take an interest in this town. So I think it's a very important thing for me to think. What is the message of the theater? What kind of vision I have? And then hopefully attract people who are willing to collaborate, who understands, it's not an easy project. There's a lineage, there are a lot of, failure before there's any success, and hopefully attract the kind of people who want to work together. You almost know everybody who owns business on this street already, and the newcomers will get to know us as well. And hopefully by knowing there's an anchor cultural attraction here, it will attract the right kind of developer to come join the cause. The challenge is this is such a vast space. The hardware, the hard infrastructure is not there, and that's the most costly component to upgrade in theater, is to put the heat back in, is to put electricity back in, put insulation back in, and then there's so much more to do.
Adams is great because of opportunity. Adams is great because barriers are being broken. It's an artistic town, and me coming in here along with my business partner Warren Dews, along with Yina coming in here, we're bringing just a different flavor, different seasonings into the mix, which will open up opportunities for other young entrepreneurs to say, if they are risk takers and they can make it there, then I'm going to. We're sitting here at the Firehouse Cafe. My name is Xavier Jones. I am the co-owner and executive chef. We're going to be doing a mix of Mediterranean, a little bit of Caribbean, infused with some old New England style cooking. I was really excited about Adams when I heard about the theater being purchased, being renovated. I knew that was coming open. The Mauser block and apartments going there, and the Jones block apartments was going in. I wanted to be a part of that wave. I always thought Adams as a drive-through to get to Massamoka, to get to Williamstown. Now, you come here early on a Saturday morning, this town is booming. Now people actually have a place to stop. You know, people now can stay here, and the money can be spent right here and generated in Adams.
My name is Paul de Jong. I was born in the Netherlands, in Rotterdam, and I moved to the United States as a student 30 years ago. I'm a musician, I'm a composer, I'm a cellist by trade. I had a band for over a decade, which actually is the reason why I am in the Berkshires. Well, I think any enhancement to the artistic community, it's another great opportunity to connect art, intellect, nature, and I think all these things can only be of great benefit to any community, to be honest. There can't be enough of it.
My name is Jay White. I'm the Executive Director of Berkshire Arts and Technology Charter Public School. I've been in my role here 5 years now. We like to talk about being on the Massachusetts frontier of education. The school is drawing about 400 students from around Berkshire County. They arrive here daily from roughly 20 communities around in the county. So when we put on a theatrical production, what that means is that we have to use some space here that would ordinarily be used for another reason or another purpose. What Adams Theater does as a professional facility that's coming online, it gives us an opportunity just less than a block away to have our students actually literally walk just a couple of hundred yards and to be immersed in this enormous theatrical complex where we can have everything from our exploration of film studies to the dramatic arts to understanding, you know, what it is to hang, an artist show in a different kind of gallery.
All right, Chris, my name is George LeMay.
I'm Patricia Fiata, Pat, and George and I met in San Francisco, decided to get out of the Bay Area, bought a ranch in Nevada, and then after a while, George became allergic to the grass that we were growing. So he said, we've got to leave, you know, we've got to move. So he Googled best places for artists to live. And North Adams came up because of Massamoka. So long story short, we bought a 12,000 square foot mill, and took us 3 years to renovate this place.
Theater will accelerate the local talents because Yina's vision for the theater is a kind of multidisciplinary, flexible space that could be adapted to all kinds of performance arts projects. She's very open to inviting people in and offering the space when it gets completed. It's just going to be a catalyst for our whole region and really will accelerate the growth of the arts.
Now that you've met the amazing people of Adams, I hope that you'll join us in supporting the Adams Theater Project at their benefit concert, held at the theater itself.